Welcome everybody to another episode of Grand Tactician, the Civil War. This is our Confederate States of America playthrough. It is episode 2, and without much waffle from me, we're going to get started. If you watched the previous episode, you will know that we fought a rather large battle at Manassas Junction that we won with a minor victory, sending the Union troops shuffling back towards Washington. There'll be a link in the description to the first episode and this series in general. So this is only episode 2. It's very early days of the war. It's July the 9th, 1861, and the Union are withdrawing from Virginia. In terms of the strategy, our aim is to hold the Eastern Theatre. We're not going to be too offensive there. We're going to try and press a little in the centre with our newly organised force here, which I've called the Nashville District. We'll rename that to something else once we start making more armies and troops in the area. But for now, Albert Sidney Johnston is in charge of this little unit here, which is, it's basically 2,800 men, 8 guns. It's a brigade really, but we're going to build that up a little. Further west on the Arkansas-Missouri border, we have got the Missouri State Guard under Sterling Price, who eventually, hopefully, we're going to push up into Missouri with, and they will be supported by the Western Army under Benjamin McCulloch, who are currently moving up towards Fayetteville. In fact, I think we'll get them to move up a little further than that. Kind of halfway between Fayetteville and the Missouri State Guard. The Missouri State Guard under Price are currently building a supply depot to give us a base where to strike north from. I suspect the Union are going to come south to try and contest this area. They'd be stupid not to. They've got the Army of the Mississippi there with 2,500 men at the moment, which will be approximately 8,500 men with 15 guns. Now remember, these are estimated numbers. We don't really know what he's got, and we don't really know where he is, hence the question mark. I would guess there's another force here somewhere. I'm sure this is like their Western Army or something this year, generally. We spotted them earlier in the campaign. So yeah, I do think that's where we're going to go. So we've got 5,200 men here with the Missouri State Guard. We don't have much in the way of recruitment availability just now. We do have 29,000 men available, but they're all on 12-month contracts. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with them just yet. But soon we will be increasing the forces, particularly that force in Tennessee. So let's get the Western Army moving up here. Possibly, actually, we will recruit a brigade into this Western Army, and we're going to recruit this brigade from Texas. We've got 3,900 recruits available in Texas. We will make a 3,000-man infantry brigade out of that. You can choose your uniforms and things in this, so if you like the look of a certain kind, you can change colours. It's a pretty cool game, actually. This it gives you quite a lot of changeability and things like that. So let's raise this 3,000-man infantry brigade from Texas. That's going to give us a nice bump in numbers for that western area. You'll see it's been assigned a commander, William J. Hardy. I don't really want him to command that brigade, so we'll give that to someone else. Let's have a look. He's a pretty decent commander, and I would prefer him to command a division, probably in that Nashville unit. So for now, we'll pick someone else. Who have we got available? Earl Van Dorn. Maybe we'll keep him for a division as well. Sibley, not very good. Pemberton, terrible generals. Ruggles, not good either. The guys in red obviously aren't available. Patrick Claiborne, he would have been nice to assign to this, but not available for some reason. I'm not sure why exactly. Pender, looks okay. So he is a professional soldier, and he's from the artillery branch. But I mean, you can assign to anybody. Let's see. We've got anyone interesting available? John Bell Hood. Yeah, there we are. From Texas. John Bell Hood. He's from Kentucky. He's going to command this. I think historically he commanded a Texas Brigade or Division. I'm not entirely sure, but I think he did. So anyway, he's in charge of this. It's going to take him 23 days to assemble and reach this army. So we're going to let time go. I don't think we've got any other realistic troops we're going to put into this brigade. Sorry, it's what it's called. It's called an army. I mean, it's a corps really, but realistically, it's like at best that's a division. 5,200 men, 8 guns, 6-pounder cannons at that. So we have a bit going on here. We're building a fort at Nashville Disaster for the Union. So this is the newspaper report from that battle that just occurred. You can see the details there. I mean, you can read that if you want. You'll have to pause it. Federal Volunteers skedaddle. Yeah, so we really gave them a kick in there at Manassas. They lost, I think, like 5,000 or 6,000 men in total. We've got this small force as well, the Army of the Northwest, 1,300 men. Again, I mean, that's like not even a brigade, really. But we're going to build a fort right here. Yep, a fort. So it's going to take a while to build that, but that should be handy for holding this western part of Virginia. We've got Hampton Division, again, which is not really a division, 2,600 men when it's fully recruited there, moving towards Richmond. We're going to build a fort here as well. The Richmond depot, we're going to upgrade that so it has more supply capacity. I believe they're burning down our depot here, which is annoying, but we'll just build a new one. So I think we're going to need another force here really in this area, so we can stick someone in the Shenandoah Valley to stop any Union advance down that western flank. But for the moment, I'm more concerned over this crossing here where he could come down, cross and head towards Richmond, and all we have there really is that tiny force. So what we're going to do, we are going to move Joe Johnston's army this way, so they'll be able to intercept anyone coming down. But again, he's only got 9,000 men, so it's a tiny army. Let's do a little bit of recruiting. We'll stick an extra brigade in here somewhere. A brigade from North Carolina. We'll not go for the top whack. We'll do 2,250 men. Commanded by Henry Jackson. He's not very good, but he'll do. That means we could actually do another brigade from North Carolina into that other division. Yeah, let's do that. Under Sibley. I mean, he's not good either, but I think they'll do for now. Jeb Stewart, he was disgraced in the last battle. I mean, it was just ridiculous, really, because it was a tiny skirmish for him, really. But we'll leave him in there for now. So the Army of the Shenandoah is now moving down to block this this route here over into Fredericksburg, while our other army's going to stay put here, and we're going to also increase Loring's division, which, if you remember, it was like a bit of a reserve division. If we've got anybody to stick in here anyway. Let's have a look. Tennessee, I want them for the central force. Louisiana, we could stick them in. Kentucky, now we have their support's only 45, so those troops are going to have low morale. I'd rather not use them if I can help it. Same with Maryland, 30. I mean, I might use these for garrison troops in some of the forts. But we've got 3,000 men available from Louisiana, so why don't we recruit a small infantry brigade to join Loring's division? So 1,500 men. Bump them up a little. Under Van Dorn, I don't think so. Let's replace them. Replace him, rather. We'll give it to... Well, let's give it to Ruggles. He's not good, but Ruggles will do. We're going to stick artillery into this as well, because there's no artillery in that unit. Let's get them from... Where can we get those guys from? The artillery. West Virginia? No. Texas? It's a long way to go. South Carolina? No, let's not. Because I want to use them for a cavalry brigade. Yeah, Texas. Let's get some artillery from Texas. Give them white coats. That's going to take them a while. 51 days. Just change the commander there. So that'll bring Beauregard up to about 18,000 men, which is okay for now. Actually, I was going to stick cavalry into the Potomac army, so let's do that. South Carolina, cavalry and it'll be a small force, 1,250 men, because we only have 1,300 available. Not blue coats, I don't think. Yeah, grey. Confederate grey, there we are. Yeah, look, let's give it to these guys. Under Pemberton? No. Yeah, he'll do. Chambliss. So that will take Beauregard to 19,000 men and give him some cavalry. So the Department of Pennsylvania is on the move via train. Where are they going here? Yeah, so they're coming across towards Washington as this army's retreating. We're not really in a position to push forward with the Army of the Potomac, simply because they only have 16,000 men, and really capturing Washington at this time is not within our grasp, to be honest. Hampton Division moving on. Let's have a quick look at the Missouri State Guard. Can we give anyone better weapons? All these units are really tiny, so Waitman's got 1,295 men. I think that's the largest unit here. 600, 700. Yeah, it's not looking too good, but let's give Waitman some better weapons since he's got the only real viable unit there. We'll equip them with Mississippi rifles since we have no Springfields available. They have a range of 500 yards, 2.5 shots a minute. Those mixed muskets only have a range of 250 yards and 2.5 rounds a minute. They're really quite poor. Bowen, 1,200 men almost in the cavalry. We could maybe see if we've got any. Springfield musketoon is slightly better than mixed cavalry weapons. We'll give them those. Force. Let's make a second division here. It's going to give that to Leonidas Polk. I don't really like him, but okay, Polk it is. We haven't got enough men to raise the second size up. Maybe soon. I'm sure those recruits will fill up. If they do, we'll raise a unit of 2,250 men from Tennessee. If not, we'll not. Alabama. We can raise a unit from Alabama. 3,000 man unit. 12-month contract on them. Cool. Can also raise troops from Georgia. A slightly smaller unit. We'll do 1,500. And we'll give them a unit of artillery, also from Georgia. We need to keep half an eye on our money. So this is now going to take Johnston's force up to 7,500 men once they're recruited, which is like, it's looking a bit more like an actual viable unit. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Do we have any cavalry available? From Kentucky, that's no good. Louisiana, we could recruit a cavalry unit from Louisiana. A small one. Cool. So the Missouri State Guard are here building that depot. McCulloch's Western Army is pushing up. Losing a few men from sickness and desertion and things like that. I mean, I would hope it's not desertion just yet since the war's only a couple of days old. The Department of Pennsylvania still moving across. Burning down. I think they're burning this down, but I'm not really sure. We'll build a second depot because I suspect there's going to be a lot of troops around this area. Joe Johnston's arrived at his destination. So maybe we're going to build a fort here to block that crossing. Again, it's going to take a little while, but that's fine. The Hampton Division is in place, and like I said, we're going to also build a fort here. Remember, we're fighting a defensive campaign in the east especially. Our fleets are really outnumbered. Have we got anything available to move across? No, not really. We've got some more capacity to use though, so let's build a few more ships. But we will build a frigate, another frigate. So we're going to have 2 frigates. That should hopefully, you know, give us a decent little ground in here. So we'll have the CSS United States and the CSS Georgia, both with 50 guns once they're done. If we stick them into the James River Squadron, maybe we can contest that river. Maybe. We also want to contest, of course, the Mississippi. We don't really have much in the way of that fleet, and there's schooners in there and all sorts of stuff. But let's build a couple more ships. Timberclad gunboat. Let's build 2 of those. Ship's tender gunboat, those tiny little things with 2 guns. Nah, let's not bother. Okay, so we're building a couple of gunboats. Paddle steamer gunboat. 2 guns? I don't think so. I mean, doesn't look very good. How long does that take? In harbour for repairs, ETA in 9 days. Oh, is that what's already there? I see. Okay, let's build one. Okay, fine. We're building 2. Okay, fine. Okay, so we're building some ships. We're going to stick them into our fleets soon enough. Advance in time a little. What's happening? I just spotted a Union army heading over this way. That is concerning. Do we have any more troops to add to the Hampton Division under Magruder? Can we raise anybody? Not really. Well, but Tennessee, we can raise another unit there in that central force. We will need to keep an eye on our troops there. Army of the Ohio. Okay. That takes us to almost 11,000 men there. This is a concern over here. It might be that we're going to end up having to shift the Army of the Shenandoah over this way. But we'll see. We will adapt. We can move quite quickly from here. I'm also worried over here. What's going on? The Army of the Mississippi. McCulloch's in place here. Now, do we need another depot here, or will this one depot suffice for now? I think it'll probably be fine. Let's move him up into Missouri. That means he's going to be able to support Sterling Price if need be. So we'll also actually stick some men into Fort Henry and Fort Donaldson. Fort Henry. So I was saying these guys like from Kentucky and places like that where the support's not the highest for us. So 46, so they're going to be reasonably low quality troops with like, in terms of morale. So we're going to recruit those guys and we're going to make 1,500 man unit from Kentucky and stick them in here for the garrison under the command of this imbecile Daniel M. Frost. He's not a good commander at all, but he'll do for defending this place. So Fort Henry's got itself 1,500 men plus the 4 guns from there. So maybe we'll also add some guns. A small unit, a small battalion. Fort Donaldson. Do the same kind of thing in there. We'll pop 1,500 men from Kentucky in. Not under him. Alexander Lawton, he'll do. And another small battalion of guns. So that gives us a nice little defensive line there. We'll do similar when this is finished as well. We'll pop some troops in there. Here we are. Department of Pennsylvania, 21,000 men. Oof. So it's going to be a fight there. Hopefully, Beauregard's army is going to be able to reinforce us. Hampton Division, we could also maybe move them up. I don't know if they're going to get there in time, but any reinforcements will be handy here, since there are only 10,000 men in Joe Johnston's force. Weapons-wise, poor. Pretty poor weapon on the whole. weapons. Nine days away for those reinforcements. Stuart's cavalry unit still only got 270 men in it. It's a waste of time, that unit, really. Let's see now. Smith, 2,100 men with mixed muskets. 9 months remain on the contract. We're going to have to upgrade those weapons if we're going to have any chance of winning this fight here. Let's give out these antiquated model 1817 muskets. At least they're getting them a bit of a range. So they're all armed with rifles now. Both the guns are 12-pounder guns. I mean, it's not great, but it'll do. I'm not sure what these guys are going to have. But there's 18,000 men coming. It's going to be another defensive battle. Yeah. And we've got morale penalties. 271 men with low morale. And why has this one got low morale? 3,000 men with low morale in the Army of the Potomac. I really don't know why that is. Can we look at them even? Not really. Well, that's fine. Let's fight this battle. So another battle in the east. Another defensive battle. Battle of Fredericksburg Bridge, Virginia. July the 19th, 1861. Major General Patterson. Historically, he was not very good. He kind of failed to pin Joe Johnston's forces in the Shenandoah Valley just before the first Battle of Bull Run. It's a meeting engagement. It looks like he's going to come in from here. So we're going to have to... I think we'll deploy along this line here. Possibly move up. Not sure yet. See what happens. I'm not sure if we're going to move up too much. I don't know where he's going to come from. I suspect he's going to come straight over, across the river. But then, you never know on this game. I don't particularly fancy fighting in this town. Although there's a nice heights there. Mary's Heights. Of course, in the historical Battle of Fredericksburg, this was a major defensive position for the Confederate forces. So maybe we'll move up to here. Our second force should be arriving within 5 hours, it said. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Until then, Joe Johnston will just have to hold by himself. We have higher morale than the enemy. We're sitting on 65.8. They're sitting on 54.1. But they do outnumber us 2-1 at the moment. Things will look more in our favour once Beauregard arrives with his forces. Now the question is he going to do something tricksy, or is he going to come straight over this into this section here? I mean, he could cross up here, take me in the flank, and capture the objective point here, which, you know, could happen. And all we have back here is Jeb Stuart with his nervous 271 men. I mean, really, we don't even want them involved, if I'm honest. We've taken up position in this sunken road. Now, I suspect he must be doing something. Oh, there, I just spotted him. On the left, so he's crossed over here. Yeah, he's going to just go for the objective. It would have been too much to ask for him to come and attack these heights, of course. It would be stupid of him. Let's see. Can we deploy somewhere and take him on? We're going to pull back to here. It's the only real option. Frustrating. But, I mean, realistically, this was too much to ask. There was no way he was going to attack me on his hill. We just have to hope that we can get back here and in position before he gets there. Because, let me tell you, Jeb Stuart's 270 men are not going to be able to hold that place. It's coming up for 9 in the morning. We've made some errors here in our positioning. I can see the Union guys marching. Hopefully we can get back there. So we've got nice roads to come along. The men are marching nice and quickly. Hopefully not getting too tired. Bombing along this road. This is going to be another messy battle. Edward Johnston's brigade is going to take on the 1st Brigade of the Department of Pennsylvania. It's saying they're in cover, but they are clearly not in cover. We lost 38 men already. Let's get into this fight. Come on, lads. $321 casualties. I mean, come on. They're not in any cover. I don't understand why it's saying they're in cover. Our guys are nearly ready to run. It's just stupid. Drive them back. Come on, Johnson. Numbers are starting to tell here. Flanking fire? From who? Excellent, we've broken one of their units. Nice. Just too many of them really. Can't see Johnston holding for much longer, but Barnard B's brigade is arriving. Let's get them into the action. A little concerned about this brigade advancing. Where is Joe Johnston? There. Let's move him up a little, see if we can inspire his men. What are they doing? What the hell are they doing? No. No. Why are you doing this? I mean, good job, they've broken a couple of brigades here, but I did not expect that. Let's pull them back. They're going to break otherwise. Fall back. What a messy little battle. Pull back, pull back. They lost 750 men. This was a really messy, piecemeal battle. It was hasn't really gone very smoothly. Down as a major victory. I mean, I think it's a good job that Patterson is in charge of this army. He's a terrible general. I believe they're pulling back. I mean, it's not looking good for them, really. We've sent them running. Fear spread. It looks like they're fleeing. We didn't even need Beauregard's force. Oh, so the forest counts as cover now. It never used to. I like that. He hasn't officially started withdrawing, but I'm sure he is withdrawing. Maybe this will help fix... Might help fix Stuart's reputation since he's gotten involved in some combat here and hasn't run away. What's happening here? Are they? I don't think they're officially withdrawn, but surely they are. They've lost 4,500 men. Almost a quarter of their force. We'll push on. I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm sure this is it. Oh, he's got troops over here still. Right, I see. Is he still... I mean, what on earth? Is it like a glitch or something? I've never seen this happen before. Why are they just sitting there like that? I presume this is a glitch. I don't really understand why this is doing it. It's been a while since I've had any problems with glitches and stuff like that in this game, unless this is his strategy somehow. It doesn't seem like a very good one to me. Beauregard arrives. The enemy's retreating. I mean, do you think? That's it. So they lost 4,800 men. Patterson absolutely disgraced there. It's saying Beauregard was in charge of this, but he wasn't really, was he? I mean, we also didn't really have 26,000 men. But that, I mean, that was a bit of a slaughter at Fredericksburg, so that was a decent battle for us. That's 2 nice victories in the east. Baffling command decisions there, and I don't know if that was some sort of glitch with his guys. Just, I don't know, I'm not sure. I am playing this on the development patch, which is open to anybody, so I think it's the latest kind of releases and stuff. The latest version of the game, if you like. Due to his battle honours, Brigadier General B. Jr. has become famous and is an inspiration for his men. Excellent. It'd be interesting to see if Jeb Stuart has redeemed himself in the eyes of his men here. Glorious victory at Fredericksburg Bridge. General B. Jr. becomes a national hero. Yeah. Nice. A nice victory, that. Stuart's still defamed. Pretty annoying. B. Jr. Yeah, so he gets this like fame icon. I like this as well. This new bit that they've added into this, so the histories now work properly. Led his unit into battle at the Battle of Manassas Junction on July the 9th. Led his unit into battle at Fredericksburg Bridge on July the 19th. So it's just 10 days later. So we fought 2 very large battles. The Union really had their butts kicked here in Virginia. Twice. I wonder if this has happened like this in real, if the war would have carried on like it did. Surely not. But it's just a game. So we no longer really want the Hampton Division to go there at all. We'll just send it back. We can carry on building that fort. We can carry on building that fort there. And that's that. So another episode of mostly organising things, recruiting some new units, and fighting another large battle in the east. We're still... So if we have a look here, you can just see a faint line. The Army of the Mississippi has started moving across they now have somewhere between 9,000 and 11,000 men. And remember, there is a second force here somewhere. It's their Western Army, which is kicking around somewhere. So I guess we're probably slightly outnumbered. Not horrendously, but slightly in this area of Missouri. We've got 5,000 men under price here, building that depot. McCulloch's men have moved up as well, so they're going to be at about 7,500 men once we get Hood's division in there in 16 days. I suspect there's going to be a fight before that. So we'll upgrade those weapons a little. Nothing too spectacular because these are only like 10 months left on their contract and things. But we wouldn't mind if we can equip them with something reasonable. So we'll give them some rifles. 6-pounder gun will have to do there. I'm reluctant to give these guys any of our limited supply of rifle muskets. We'll just keep it with Waitman with his Mississippi rifles. The rest can just keep their mixed muskets for now. So I suspect, I'm going to wrap it up soon anyway, but so I suspect we're going to have to see a fight in the West in the next episode. We're going to carry on building up our force at Nashville, and we're going to push up into Kentucky. The aim being to try and draw some of the attention from this Eastern theatre into the centre and into the West. I feel like if we're going to win the war, we'll win the war in the West and in this region of Kentucky and Tennessee. Simply because he will pack the East with troops, as historically the Union did, and obviously the Confederacy, with their capitals being so close together. I mean, you've got Richmond just here and Washington just there, so it's only a tiny distance. And obviously, neither side wants to lose their capital. I certainly don't want to lose it, so we're going to ring this in a few forts. We're going to increase our troop numbers and work on our policies. So we're still working on industrialization 1. The war is still in the early days. It's the 19th of July, 1861. I'm going to call it a day here. We'll be back with another episode of this, maybe later in the week. We'll see. But for now, come back and subscribe, like, comment, anything you like. Just engage with the channel if you're interested in this kind of content. We've also got an interesting series on the go in Crusader Kings 3, which I'll get back to next. So I will catch you later. I hope you have a great day. Ta-ra for now.